Howdy. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I don't usually have my hair down, but I just washed it this morning, and I don't really want to put it up because it's still a little wet, so hence my hair is down. Good morning. What's going on, my friends? Just make sure the monitoring off to the side looks good, and I think it does. So do all of you. Good morning and happy Thursday. It sure is Thursday. Can I tell you? I feel like I've been playing pretty well these past probably week or two. I feel pretty good today, y'all. Let's do some flexibilities to start off with. I've done the tubas. I've done a little bit of the trumpet, a little bit of the woodwinds. Not a huge fan of that one yet. Still need to work it out. Yo, what's up, Professor? So luxurious. Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Man, it's so hot. It's like, it feels fine in here with the fan on before stream, and then all of a sudden, once stream starts, it's like, I can't breathe. Whew. That's what I get for trying to look nice for y'all today. Although, you know, to be fair, it's not for y'all. It's my girlfriend's birthday. Don't know why YouTube does not show up on the chat thing. Is that right? Scheduled. I think I need to reset this thing. Sorry, 1 second. Good to see you, confused guy. Sorry, your message is there we go. All right, so now YouTube chat should show up on the feed there. My apologies. Good to see you, confused guy. Been really busy this month. I hear you, dude. I am also. This is these next 2-3 weeks are going to be crazy for me. I've got like 3 or 4 concerts. I have a recital, and then I have an audition in about a month's time for the local symphony orchestra. So it's going to be a hell of a month. Busy is an understatement, but it's good to see you. Chillaxing this morning, watching a show. What you in the middle of, Professor? I'm very interested because I have been watching, going through. I don't know if you're familiar with the George Lopez sitcom from like 20 years ago. I guess it was. Apparently, it was on Nick at Night. And my girlfriend and I are going through that because she absolutely loves that show. And to be fair, it's really good for like a mid-2000s sitcom. It's a good time. My daughter has a doctor's appointment. I have a dentist appointment today. Dude, good for you. Good. That's awesome. I mean, you know, it's good that y'all are getting taken care of, checked out. I love that for y'all. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Ooh, I never really got into the Daredevils. I saw, what was the Echo, I think? With the woman who was one of the villains from the Hawkeye show, with what's her name? I forget her name. She's some little teeny bopper, but and then she, the Native American, and like also prosthetic. Like she was a badass. She was cool, but she fought Daredevil in one of the episodes or something, and they were like going at each other. So it was like it was because Daredevil is blind, I believe, right? If my memory serves. And then Echo, she is deaf and wears like a prosthetic, I think, leg. And so it was like it was a crazy fucking battle sequence. That was good stuff. I really enjoyed it, you know. I thought it was fine for, you know, limited series. I got in, binged it in like a day. I got out and I felt pretty good about it. Also, fucking Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, man, that dude can play a really good scumbag. I thought it was one of the better Disney Plus Marvel series. I was I was good with that one. Moon Knight, I also really liked. I did like Moon Knight. But you know, as time's gone on, I've sort of fallen out of favor with Marvel at the moment. I don't know what the hell they're doing. The whole Kang thing, you know, I just sucked all of the life out of it for me. But maybe I'll get back into it one of these days. I just have a hard time because now I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so I can't actually just like jump back in, and it's a whole thing. Anyways, if you got Peacock, George Lopez is on Peacock, and it is a delightful way to spend 22 minutes. Just saying. 24 if you have the ads, which we actually do, with you know, sucks. But in any event, let's keep warming up, shall we? Do a little of these flexibilities. We're off to the races, y'all. Marvel is a shell of its former self. Agreed. 100% agreed. Good to see you, Mdor. Hope you're doing well. Not staying too busy with the orchestra. I know you are. But yeah, like after Endgame and the Spider-Man that was after that, I thought were really good. Some of the shows, WandaVision was dope. And Moon Knight, and some of them have hit, but like the Eternals movie didn't really do it for me, and they're not really like, I don't know. They peaked at Endgame, I think, and now it's not worth getting into. Yeah, no, y'all, I'm preaching to the choir here. I know that, but anyways. Just can't do that in one breath. Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to. It's like, just do it. It's always weird after playing, because like there's the break in my embouchure, in my register, around the B natural, B flat, A that are down low, and so the one we just did was the B natural one, which is on the upper side. Like I don't really want to play it on my low set, so I have to play it on my high set, but it feels really uncomfortable to play on like, or not uncomfortable, but it's not nearly as secure. Like compare this. 2. Like I'm putting my full force and weight behind the A, whereas the B is like, I don't know, feels a little, what's the word? Not even like insecure because it sounds, but just a little weaker, I think is what I'm going after. It's not as supported, perhaps. Maybe there's a support thing as opposed to embouchure thing. Yo, what's going on, American Josh, dude? Good to see you again, my friend. How have you been? Hope you're doing well. We're going through the last little bit of some flexibility stuff before we get in some real music. If it's been a while, and I think it has because, my apologies, I don't immediately remember your username. But we're playing a lot different from what we used to have been, I tell you. That's not English, but we made some good improvements over the last couple of weeks is what I'm getting at there in terms of, like, I think tone and connection between upper register, lower register, just having everything be fluid and sound good. So hopefully that comes across. Whatever. Those are still hard. Those high C's are still really hard. Okay. So that's some flexibilities. Dang, I'm already sweating. Oh my goodness. All right, let's run through 11:08. So we've got 50 minutes. We're going till noon. And then I'm going to have to run off to class. But for those 50 minutes, we're going to play some good stuff. Strauss's Horn Concerto number 1, which I'm playing in a recital in less than 2 weeks' time. So, yeah, I am a little freaking out. How could you tell? I am very not looking forward to playing this piece for recital, but getting performance experience with this piece will be great because I'm also going to be playing it for the audition, I assume, in a month or so for the orchestra. So let's see. That's all right. not a bad exposition. The B flats hit, and they sounded pretty good. I'm pretty content with that, to be honest. Let us move along. Merrily we move along, chasing the Strauss. Okay. Sadly have to be a lurker today. Hey, no sadness. I am thrilled. I am so happy that you are here and lurking. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's good to see it, and hopefully this doesn't sound too bad for you. This one's for you, American Josh, dude. And I hope that's we'll see if it ends up being good. Anyways, all right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. In terms of a one shot, one take, one attempt kind of a thing, that's not too bad. The entrance to the triplet part was rough. And that seems to be a pattern. So let's work on that for a little bit, perhaps. The Dolce I thought felt pretty good. Flubbed a couple of notes. It's gonna happen. Getting into the Dolce I thought was really good around the Energico. I thought that was pretty nice. The ending of the first movement, I thought once we got there, again, the triplets were the weak part, I think, there. So let's get back into it and see if we can do it a little bit better. Let's just do it not so shit. Okay. I should really figure out a better place to breathe, I think. At the end there, because I'm kind of... Where's my pencil? Found it. Okay. It's like... Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, I'm like screaming into my microphone. I think if I do one... I'd drop it a pencil. Let's try breathing there. Run over my bag. Okay. Yes. Yes, that is the place I want to breathe. I like that. Because I don't want to breathe right after the A, right? I want that note to ring out in its glory, and I don't need to take a breath after that, you know? Oh my goodness. I'm choking on nothing. I was told this air was boneless. That was a fucking lie. But yeah, no, I think I like the phrasing there, because then especially on the G, the piano, the accompaniment is doing a bum ba da ba da bum ba da ba da bum ba ba da ba 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 da bum bum ba da dum ba 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 dum ba 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 bum ba ba, and then it goes into the second movement there. So I think that's gonna work really well. And honestly, like, by and large, I think I'm pretty happy with this piece. Obviously, it needs to execute. Like, I have to actually play it correctly. I have to follow my notes, make sure that I breathe in the right spots that I do, make sure that I do the fingerings, especially in the triplet section. There are fingerings there that I have to nail, because if I don't, then I'd have to figure it out at runtime, and that never works. For example, I do that all on the B flat side, because if I take my thumb off the trigger, then I don't know what fingerings I'm supposed to use, is the thing there. So if I don't do them right, or I take my thumb off the trigger, I am cooked. So let's do that. Let's run through that. That's a good use of our time. Yes. Yes. I feel good about that. The fingerings worked. The breath was in the breathe. Yes. Flarm, flarm, boogada flabum. Yes. I'm not having a stroke, right? Someone cooking toast? No, I think that was good. The fingerings were there. The breaths were in the right spot. I'm cautiously optimistic about how that's going to go. We will see. In the meantime, you know what? We have not done a cling in a minute. Is there a good cling to hit? The problem with clings, I feel like none of them are like easy. which might not be a problem at all, but I want to be able to maybe jump into one of these that are like romances or andantes, largos, and they're so rangy. Here's a like number 11, right? It's a romance andante con moto, right? I will try to play a musical instrument too. Your playing skill is very nice. Hey, thank you so much. Apologies, I can't pronounce your name, but K5R. I'm happy to see you here, friend. And I hope your playing goes very well. We're gonna try cling number 11. It's an andante. It's an expressive sort of thing, but it goes up to like freaking C's, man. I don't want to play C's and burn out my chops before ensembles, but we'll see. Up to a C, of course. Sadly, remain a lurker too. The Discord Symphony takes precedence, trying to emerge out of hard times. I feel you, dude. Best of luck, sincerely. Now we're reconnected, so maybe you can actually hear what I'm saying. I hear you, dude. I hope that goes well for you. I hope the emergence comes out better than ever. And I'm telling you, as soon as this month and semester is over, I'm gonna be looking in to see what I can do to contribute, because I would love to put my hat in the ring, you know, throw some horn stuff y'all's way if I can. So that's my plan anyways. Hope it works out for you. All right. Honestly, this I complaining about number 11, but we're actually like can play through it. Not bad, you know? Not the piece that I was really looking to hopefully trying to do. But like, that's a pretty good one. It's not, it has a C, but it's not too rangy. It's not like number 14 here, which has like 32nd notes, 16th triplet, sextuplets, excuse me. It's all kinds of triples and duples and rangy up to Bs above the staff. Like, that one's not going to happen. That's That's not one I can just sight read. Let's go back to number 9 because that's not as rangy and it has some good low stuff. Great playing. Did you teach yourself or hired a teacher? Bubakso, excuse me, Bub Uxor Porky. My apologies. Thanks for hanging out. I've had a teacher since January. I'm playing with the local community college. So I've had instruction since then. And before that, for I think since November to about January or so, I was trying to like relearn on my own, you know, to varying degrees of success, i.e. not as good as now. And before that, I took 15 years off. So before that, it was like 2011 was the last time that I had instruction. I played a little bit in 2019, maybe like 6 to 9 months or something. But for the most part, I am emerging from a 15-year hiatus. So we're getting back. We're doing what we can. But definitely instruction has accelerated. It has increased the slope of my trajectory exponentially. Yes, I think that's I think that's how the math looks on it. I used to be a CPA, so like math is not my strong suit, which is, you know, anyways. Cling number 9, let's see. Sorry, I had to burp. Oh, that's annoying. My bad. Sorry, yo, Porky. Hey, thank you so much, my friend, for the follow. Sorry. Whew. We're gonna run through that again, but thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Gotta head out. Thanks again. Hey, thank you, Josh, dude. Good to see you as well. And I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. I envy you for your vital capacity. Your volume is big. It's good. Thank you so much. That's something I've actually been working on because I'm so used to playing. It's funny in this room and even smaller rooms like practice rooms, right? They're probably like a third of this size. And so what you get used to, it's called practice room syndrome, where you just fill up the small room that you're in, and then when you get out into an ensemble or a bigger room, it's for me, I'm so used to playing in smaller spaces that it's hard for me to play loud and play big and play full and supported. So what I've been trying to do is do like intentionally playing a little bit too big for this room, for example, is kind of my mindset. I want to play too large for this room such that when I'm in a big room playing with an ensemble, right, it's appropriate. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And that's, I'm glad that it seems like it's working. That is something I'm actively working on. Hell yeah. All right, let's run through the end of this again because I kind of lost steam at the Più Vivo. But we'll back it up to the something like that. Not too bad, all things considered. Because I don't think I played this particular etude in, it's been a while. At least a week or so. A week or so. I was going to say a few weeks, if not like a few months. What do we move on to then? Because past number 20, I'm kind of like, do you have any tips for people who just started out, like recommend any YouTube series or books? I'm just starting out and just play scales of the notes. I can do, but I'm not sure if that's smart. I'm so glad you asked that. So the first thing that I do every single day, is a set of Caruso exercises. Specifically, there's the video series on YouTube. It's from Julie Landsman. If you look up Julie Landsman Caruso, you'll find all kinds of videos about those. And the ones that I do are 6 notes, lips, mouthpiece, horn, and low register. And I've adapted them over the past few months. But those are what I start every single day with. It's long tones and like embouchure building. So what you do, the conceit of it is that you go through long tones, from a middle C to a C on the staff, right? So you just do just in that range. And what you do is you start on the low C and you do rest. And then what you do is you don't ever remove the mouthpiece from your embouchure. It stays there and you breathe through your nose and the rests, right? And what this forces you to do is your embouchure will react and will adjust and play the notes correctly after some time. This is the thing, is it takes some time to iron that out, but allows for me, what it's allowed me to do is connect my register, solidly through middle registers up to high, from middle to low, from low to high to low, everything like that, because there's no changing of my embouchure placement by doing these Caruso exercises. So I would highly, highly recommend starting with those sorts of things. And those are not musical studies, right? Those are muscle building and air building exercises, which is great. That's how I start every day, and I think it works really well for me. My teacher, my horn professor, she actually, for her face, Caruso's just don't work for her for whatever reason. She recommends not doing them. I've had great success with them, and I can't argue with Julie fucking Landsman. So, I do them and they work for me. Now, there's also, I have a couple of books. This one from Freudis, Thoughts on Playing the Horn Well, by Freudis Redevekra. She is, for my French horn Mount Rushmore, she is definitely on there. I love her so much. She has an album called Saros. Listen to it. It's incredible. And she's got, exercises, flexibilities, warm up, lots of musings and thoughts on horn. It's good to reference and to take some exercises from there. What else do I do? Oh, so, and her stuff might be a little bit more advanced than if you're just starting out. I would say a lot of long tones, a lot of scales. I do all majors and all minor scales every day. As soon as I'm done with the Caruso exercises, as a matter of fact, I go through 2 to 3 octave scales, legato, just going through them, and that's part of my warm-ups as well. But yeah, just if you're literally just starting out, I would say start with Julie Landsman, her Caruso exercises. See if they work for you. If they don't, there's a lot of other warm-up stuff that's out there. I know Andrew Bain has a good video series, maybe a streaming series from a number of years back where he did like warm-ups with live viewers or something. That can be really good. Look up Sarah Willis on YouTube. She's got all kinds of resources from just talking to other professionals and like horn hangouts is what they're called. So it's like live interviews with prominent horn players and things for how to combat certain problems. How do they get started? What do they do? What does their practice routine look like? What is their playing? Anything like that. Those I find very, very good. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, if you're just starting, get this book. This book, 100%, you will, if you, a coprosh a day keeps the stink away. According to Denise Tryon, who is the associate principal of horn at Indiana University, and she is a powerhouse in her own right. Former fourth horn for Philadelphia, I believe. Also Detroit, Baltimore, all kinds of stuff. She's also got a couple of CDs, an incredible, absolutely phenomenal low horn player. She does a series on YouTube as well for like orchestral excerpts, specifically low orchestral excerpts that I watch all the time, even just like when I get bored. I'm like, hey, I feel like listening to Denise Tryon play Don Quixote. And it's wonderful. She's incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff floating around. But really, it's if you're just starting out, long tones, scales, flexibility studies, so like lip slurs, and make sure that your air is doing a lot of the work. Because I'm only just figuring out that I don't need to muscle it as much. My tendency has been to manipulate my embouchure more than manipulate my air, so I'm kind of breaking out of those bad habits. It's a whole thing. But hopefully that answers your question. If there's anything else specifically that I can help with or point you in the direction for, do let me know, because I'm happy to talk shop. Yo, what's up, D-Mac? Sorry, I didn't get to you in a minute. Love that. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So the horn, actually, it's funny. It's got, it has two sides. The horn itself, the top set of these valves are for, the horn is generally an F. It's pitched in F. So my C is an F. This note, that's a C for me. That's a concert F. And then the thumb trigger here, it actually turns to a, you can't really see it, but behind these, there's some smaller third, second, first, and third. I don't know if you can really see, but that's a B flat side. So it essentially takes the F horn and puts it up a fourth. So for example, it's the same thing, but it's just up an octave. So that's an F for me, which is a concert B flat. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but because you can transpose, there's historically horn has been written horn in E, E flat, D, G, all kinds of stuff. And where is my Longren? It's probably in my bag. There's a Wagner opera, Lohengrin, that the intro to the third act is an excerpt that I'm currently working on, and it's really fun. So Act 3. So first you see it's horn in G. Well, that's strange. What the hell is a horn in G? Horn in G, you have to transpose in your head and play everything a whole step above what's written. Well, then, 2 measures later, you got horn in E. Okay, so you're transposing in your head a half step down from what's written. Okay, well then you have this, first off, G, E, again. This part, from there to like here, that's all horn in D. So you're transposing that a minor third below what's written. And then it goes to, it's just, this is such a odd bit of, like, horn tunings historically are so fucking weird. And especially when they're written like this, it's insane. So yeah, you got to get good at transposition, but yeah, absent anything else, the horn is pitched in F / B flat if it's a double horn. Some horns are not double horns and they just have an F side. Some horns just have a B flat side. Others are B flat primary and F secondary, where you instead of the trigger switching from F to B flat, switching the trigger goes from a B flat to an F. So there's triple horns even. It's you can have like F, B flat, and then a descant, which is like a high F. So you can have a second, I think it's even on the trigger, or maybe it's a second thumb. I've never played one or seen one. But there's a lot of nuance to that. Excellent. Good job, Porky. Let me know how it goes for sure. Wagner was lazy that way. Was it just laziness? Like, I asked my professor why the hell it was written that way, and I think she said it was like maybe not lazy, but like valved horns were only just starting to become a thing when Wagner was writing. So like, because historically what happened, you had a horn and it didn't have valves historically, and it was all natural horn. So what you could do, and what another good practice thing, Porky, is called the harmonic series. Basically, it just goes like this. You can play basically the entire octave from a C on the staff to the C above, just open without any valves. And that's horn in F. If you do this, it's horn in E. And so on and so on. And what they used to do without valves, they had what were called crooks. And so you used to have just a series of tubing, right? And you would have your F crook, which it just stuck in and it was a normal thing. And then you would take that out and put in your E crook, which lengthened the pipe a little bit and acted as if you were pressing down the second trigger. You had an E flat crook. Again, you just put that in there and it's, open on but it's the same as pressing down the first valve. So it's, horn and natural horn and historical horn is so fascinating to me because, like, it's crazy how, this instrument used to be played. It's an evolution from hunting horns, right? Just like whatever the tradition of, old, curved horns that you just, like that is this historically, right? So, anyways, that's really neither here nor there, but, yeah. What do we want to play then? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be a good example here. I have not played a Koprosh today. So let's do a Koprosh today. And we'll keep the stink away. What's a good... Oh, you know what? 3 is a good one. I like 3. Just a quick little, nice little scale study. All right. Shoot. Forgot the fingerings for this. Cool. So that's Koprosh number 3. I have a B-flat single horn and use a tuner app because I don't know which notes I'm playing specifically. Should I set it up to concert pitch or B-flat pitch? Played this one a bunch on C and B-flat tubas. Good times. Dude, tuba. Tuba, that's right. I remember you're a tubist trombonist. That's right. We were talking about that. There was something that I meant to... Or no, I think we talked about the breathing gym recently. Yes, I think we did. I'm gonna wait until the ad runs out on Twitch to answer Porky's question. A B-flat single horn. That's very interesting, though. I wonder. Because essentially at that point, it's basically a trumpet. Kind of. Because like you would play trumpet fingerings, right? No. No, you would on mellophone, but not on trumpet or on B-flat, because. Yeah, I think it's just going to be different fingerings, and there's going to be some dead spots and some poor intonation things. Yes, that's right. You hadn't really gone through the gym. That's just, it took me a minute to remember that we had already talked that. Appreciate it. Porky, just want to make sure that there's no ad there because I do want to answer your question. So I see 27 minutes of advertisements left. Yes, we're gonna run ads for 27 minutes. Not quite. But yeah. So if you're, it's hard. It's really hard. And I'm just gonna, okay. Ad break is said on my end has ended. So one of the hardest things is figuring out what partial you're playing on. At least for me. I have been so bad at nailing the right partial and knowing exactly where I'm at. After some time, you'll sort of know what the partials are. For example, like I can play a C, you know, because that's the first note I play every single day. Every time I warm up, everything, it's always on a C. I can hear it in my head before I play. Like if I envision myself with my horn, ba, ba, like, you know, you know, it's So eventually you'll find like anchor points, anchor notes, and on a B flat horn, actually you should be perhaps a little bit better, because if you're playing on B flat, the C it's C and then F down below are the only ones that you can hit until you get to the octave below the F. So it goes C, F, and then an octave down. So there's really not a whole lot lower that you can go. So try and focus on that C. Those are the two notes below it on the harmonic series. So if you're just playing open and you're getting a C, then you can anchor from there. If you're going down and you're hitting an F, first off, that's great, because that means your low register, you might have a more natural low register. But then, that's where you would anchor, sort of thing. If it's higher, and I think traditionally more people have easier time playing higher than lower, it would be like, those are the notes that you're kind of would be starting with. Orange Sheep plays. What's going on, my dude? I'll play you an E. You like that? Those are two E's. But yeah, so if you're using a tuner, for me, you're saying, should I set it up to concert pitch or B flat pitch? It's really good to know the concert pitch of what your pitches are and be able to like have that relationship. So for example, I will grab my tuner actually, and so what I do is I have it, it's just on concert pitch, and I know if I want to tune to a C, then that's an F on the tuner. Sorry, I had it backwards. If I tune to a C, it's a concert F, and it shows up as F on the tuner. If I'm tuning to an F, which you might be doing on the B flat side, it would be those pitches. Those are Fs for the horn, but it's a B flat on the tuner. So in some way, I think keeping the concert pitch helps to reinforce sort of the relationship between your pitch and the concert. So for example, if you see horn in F, right, that's that. Horn in E flat, you want to know sort of what scales those are, what keys those are, and where, what notes those are. Don't set it to relative pitch. Set it to concert, and then make sure that you're noting the relationship between what your pitch is and the concert, if that makes sense. I think that's probably more beneficial. If I'm understanding your question correctly. I might not be, which is fair, but in any event. Okay, let's see. It's 11:55. Holy cow. So I've got 5 minutes left of practice time before I got to get to campus. Ooh, it's a good one. I freaking love Tchaikovsky 4. Intro to Tchaik 4, goosebumps. Do I stream at specific times? I do. Usually, I try to start around 11 a.m. Eastern time. That's I usually go from 11 to about 1 on a normal day. Tuesdays and Thursdays I have class at 2, so I usually, these ones are a little bit shorter. But yeah, 11 o'clock Eastern in general is where I start when I do. So yes. Sound Ocean! Yo, it has been a while. I have missed you. How have you been, my friend? It's good to see you. That trike is so good, isn't it, though? Oh, it's like 4 and 5 for me are like goosebumps, dude. It's something I think what it is, there's such a good relationship between the rhythm and the notes for the melodies and the rhythms for Tchaikovsky that really like grabs me in. The first movement of Tchaik 5, for example, I hum that. I have that like goblin mode going in my head all the time, like ba-dum ba-da da 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 dum ba-dum ba-da 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 ba-dum ba-da ba-da da da da. It's just like it's so. I just love what he does with the rhythms and the melodies. It really just like it's interesting to me. And of course that intro. Are you kidding me? You started a symphony with a horn line, and then trumpets take over. You get the cellos, you get the clarinets in there afterwards, and it's like oh, so damn good. Oh goodness, what is there to play for 3 minutes? This is pretty good. I bet you y'all don't know this one, because I don't think I played it well on stream before. Okay, well that's because I don't know it. It's been a while. Made a new account because I was going to make Minecraft videos, but I lost motivation and never ended up doing it. Well, that's totally fine, because guess what? You still can at any point. I've tried to stream and make videos a couple different times. Like you can go back on this YouTube channel and see all the different times that I tried to do like videos and content and stuff. And I do it for a little bit, fall out, and come back and all that stuff. But you can just do like you can just do whatever you want to. It's like I don't know. For me, that mindset of like I could do it for a little bit, but I don't have to like make it my whole identity or go all in or like do it. That's very freeing for me in any event. But he doesn't do the oh no, don't double the thirds. He just writes whole triads and then the music sounds good. Crazy how that happens, If you write music that sounds good, it's crazy. It's crazy when the music actually sounds good. Who'd have thought? Have I heard Hindemith's E-flat Symphony? I have not. An absolute secret hidden giga banger. On level in the planets? We're talking the planets suite? I don't look. I have a very poor opinion of Paul Hindemith personally, because his concerto and sonata for horn are absolute steaming hot garbage. Hot take, but I will listen to Hindemith E-flat Symphony. We're gonna put that on the list. I will trust you on that. That is an absolute hidden banger. Let's see. Hindemith Symphony. We'll try. We'll see. I just to be honest, I don't have high hopes just because I'm not a huge Hindemith fan, and I love Holst. The planets, Saturn's a bit of a snooze, but like Mars and Jupiter, those are peak. That's some high praise. Also, can't tell if you're just streaming earlier than usual or if it's daylight savings. It probably is daylight savings. If it's been a minute since you've been around, yeah, that sounds like it probably is. But because I'm starting at 11 my time, so that has changed, and it used to be, I guess, what was 12, because we have sprung. No, because I always get it mixed up. It is daylight savings here, though. You're getting a base? Dude, that's so hype! W base. What kind? Do you have one like picked out that you're getting, or do you just know you're getting one? Can I play Bohemian Rhapsody? I don't know if I can. I've never tried. It would take a while to figure it out, unfortunately, and I do have to go as of 2 minutes ago. So maybe next time I'll see if I can find some sheet music and tootle around on Bohemian Rhapsody. Just a guy on a farm. Thank you for the suggestion. Good to see you. His solo instrument tunes are kind of wacky, but his orchestral tunes tend to be really cool. Okay. I'll take your word on that. It's kind of like, because I always picture Hindemith and like Schoenberg as kind of the same. They're just like throwing notes at the wall and seeing what sticks, sort of a thing. But you know, it's a interesting period of music and composition. The was that the 60s, 50s, 60s? But maybe if the planets is 10 out of 10, then the E flat symphony is 9 out of 10. Okay, hey, I mean that's and I don't know that I would even put the planets at 10 out of 10. There's I don't know what I would give a 10 out of 10 to. That's a great question. I'd have to chew on that, but that's pretty high praise. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. It's a Solar 5 string. I'm getting it shipped from Wellington because it's not in stock where I live. So it'll be here in a few days. Yo, that's so exciting! It's like friggin' Christmas. How are you gonna spend the next few days just like waiting in excitement and anticipation? That's killer, but it's gonna be so much fun when you get it. I'm so excited. Definitely let me know how it goes. I play euphonium, and my band played with Black Dyke and in Cologne Cathedral. Whoa, for real? That's pretty freaking cool. I'm assuming that's How to Train Your Dragon is 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Are we talking the original or the live action? Because the original, the animated one, I think I hold that in pretty high regard as well. I enjoyed the original How to Train Your Dragon. I haven't seen the like sequels or the live action, but yeah, it's a really good one. And you joined a band, dude! Holy cow! So much is happening. Look, y'all, I'm sorry. I would love to keep hanging out. I really got to get going because now it's 12:05 and clock is ticking, and I got to get to campus. Yes, that's incredible. The song. Oh yeah, the song. That's right, we're talking about music. I'd have to go back and listen. I don't know the soundtrack off the top of my head. But that's definitely something to think about. Anyways, sorry, I do got to get out of here. It's been great practicing seeing you all. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Thursdays. And I will be back tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern. Will be when we start Eastern Daylight Time. And hopefully we'll see you then.